Boredom Can Be Dangerous by John Clark. One rule I follow when I ski is don't ski when you are bored. The reason for this, you may ask? Because in either instance, you are liable to hurt yourself. I learned this lesson when I was 10 years old. I skied at a local ski resort. I skied there every other weekend because my dad worked as a ski instructor, so I got free lift tickets. He also taught me how to ski. It wasn't very challenging of a resort. It is a golf course during the summer, if that gives you any idea. It was good for beginners, though. However, this was my second year skiing, and I was beginning to outgrow the place. Thus, my friend Mark and I started to find new ways to entertain ourselves. This included skiing backwards, and skiing down areas not marked as official ski runs. One such run we used as a shortcut to get back to the ski lodge. It was the steepest part of the hill. It was also not officially a ski run. Because of this, it didn't have a means of getting back up. We had to ski across the hill to get to another ski run that had a rope tow that would take you up the hill. You had to build up momentum so you could slingshot yourself across the run. If you did not build up sufficient speed, you would have to skate your way across the run, which was tiring. Another obstacle was that between the two runs there was only one way to get through, and the path was lined with pine trees on either side. Also, this narrow lane was covered with ice. Normally, such areas would be covered with snow, so as people would not slide on it, but because this wasn't an official run, it was left to its own devices. My friend and I dared each other to ski faster and faster down the hill. Each time we went faster, our turns became sharper and sharper. Each time we came closer and closer to hitting the pine trees. Finally, my friend chickened out. A smart thing considering what happened next. I was thrilled. I rarely beat my friend in anything physical, so I went down the hill, going faster than I had ever done so before. When I hit the ice, I realized to my dismay that I was heading straight for a pine tree. Momentum and ice had conspired against me to my detriment. Upon seeing my trajectory, I instinctively fell down on my skis. I'm amazed to this day that I had the foresight to do this. I passed under the pine branches. I saw branches whip past a few inches from my face. I was pretty smug with myself. I thought I was going to get out of this unscathed. My smugness lasted less than a second, as I realized I was swiftly approaching the tree trunk. I hit the tree trunk with a dull thud. Whoa! To add insult to injury, literally, I knocked all the snow off the branches, which buried me. I blacked out for a second. All of a sudden, I couldn't breathe. I struggled to get air. My imagination ran wild. I thought I had broken my windpipe, or lungs. Little did I know that I had just knocked the wind out of me for the first time. I was still gasping for breath when my friend Mark got to me. He looked as terrified as I was. He must have seen me struggling for air. He asked me if I was all right. Of course, I couldn't answer him on account of I was trying to get air in my lungs. After I gained enough air in my lungs, I started to cry. Mark told me he would get help. I stayed under that tree for what felt like forever. Finally, Mark brought help in the form of a ski patrolman. He got under the tree to check me out for injuries. After the ski patrolman was assured I had not broken anything, he helped me out from underneath the tree. By that time my dad had arrived. My dad laughed, asking me how I had gotten under there in the first place. I felt sick and tired. My dad drove me home, and I slept for the rest of the day. In the end, I did not break anything except my pride. I had just knocked the wind out of me. I learned that day that keeping yourself entertained can be a risky business. John Clark is majoring in special education at Northern Illinois University. His interests include skiing and reading. He hopes both students and other faculty can get a laugh out of the story and learn a valuable lesson of not to hit trees.